What is up, everybody, ladies and gentlemen? Let's welcome a college prospect, a NFL draft guy that's coming from the University of Winston Salem State. This guy is an up-and-coming draft prospect. He played at the Legacy Bowl. We're talking my boy R.J. Mobley, man, the big man. What's up, man?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on, bro? Like, hey, the HBC Bowl, bro, you had to stand out or something.
Yeah, I did, man. I did my thing, just got a lot more eyes on me, so it worked out for the better.
Yeah, you came from the same college as Stephen A. Smith came from.
Yeah, they talk about him a lot down here, especially. I'm a sports communication major, so all that studio production and stuff like that. That's all you get compared to a Stephen A. Smith.
I mean, the campus he went from, but except he didn't play football, but he was
Right.
apparently he was a basketball legend over there.
Yeah, I mean, they don't talk too much about his performance, but they definitely did say that he was on the basketball team for sure.
Yeah, but the difference between you on the football field, that's got to be something. But what really got you into football in your early career, man?
Honestly, I was a basketball guy growing up. I mean, I didn't really get into football till like maybe middle school. And even during middle school, I didn't play for my middle school. My dad didn't want me to get coached by like public school coaches. Like I went to like a rec league. He wanted to see what I could do. I was obviously too big to touch the football when I was little. So like, I guess I weighed too much. Everybody else around me, they was like lighter than me, so they was able to play the was able to run the ball and stuff. So my first position was linebacker. You know what I'm saying? As like 12 years old, played linebacker. I played all linebacker for probably about 2 years till I got like ninth grade freshman year. I was a slim guy, so they put me at receiver, and it worked out for the better. I started catching crazy passes my sophomore year, a bunch of one-handed passes on JV team in game. So I just took it from there.
Oh yeah, that's good, man. I mean, the one thing that translates so well with basketball is the rebound skills and the stuff that you do. That's the kind of stuff, and then the way you do your foot stuff, where you kind of land perfectly, like as a wide receiver. So,
Right.
and then linebacker, in some perspective, it makes you a better awareness of blocking certain players. Sometimes that's what makes
Right.
you good as a
Or
receiver.
just navigating through traffic, you know what I mean? Just being able to like see creases and see holes in the defense.
Yeah. So has that transition helped you when you were going from wide receiver from when you were playing basketball from playing linebacker? What kind of made you learn the difference?
Um, the one thing that transitioned over when I played offense was me knowing what the other defensive players are looking for. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a linebacker. I know, okay, if there's a motion, he's probably going to give it to the motion or it's just to set our eyes up or anything. You know what I'm saying? So even when I'm at receiver, I'm motion. I'm looking at what the linebackers are keyed in onto, like, you know what I'm saying, where their eyes are at, where they're looking at for their reads. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably the one thing that did translate over from me playing linebacker to receiver.
Yeah, it kind of gives you a better awareness because you played that side, so you're like thinking this is what they're gonna do.
Right.
And then when you play basketball, you had the ability to rebound and other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so was there like any other offers besides Winston Salem State?
I was originally at Wingate University. I played behind who was an All American at the time, Jalen Brooks, who's a receiver for the Cowboys now. Shout out my guy Jalen Brooks. He's doing his thing for the Cowboys. But yeah, I played behind him and also he was a return specialist at All American, BJ McElveen. That was my freshman year at Wingate. My sophomore season, that's when 2020 happened. COVID hit. I sat out that whole COVID year. Like all of 2020, I sat out. I didn't play football. I didn't practice anything. I wish I did. I wish I did play because that was the year that was giving people back. You know what I'm saying? Giving another year back. So the fact that I didn't play that year, they didn't give me that year back. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that had to be the most challenging part on the COVID year. So what was the challenging part about the COVID year? Because I know for some players they weren't able to go to the gym or anything like that.
Yeah. So it was more so like just the precaution of like it being an airborne, COVID being an airborne sickness and stuff like that. In the beginning and stuff, everybody was like, my mom was like, yo, you should come home. Like, I'm like, cool, I'll just go home just because it's no big deal. But man, I'm sitting home for like 6 months and COVID's still going on. Like, bro, I need to do something.
Gotta do
Man,
something.
once I started doing what I got to do, I was like, man, I'm outside. Like, if COVID's gonna get me, it's gonna get me, but it's not gonna stop me from like chasing my dreams. So I was back outside working out like it was nothing, and you know what I'm saying. I'm still here now. So COVID to me, COVID was. I don't want to jinx anything, but to me, COVID was just like a distraction. I guess that's how I looked at it in some people's eyes, because like some people were getting money during COVID. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? COVID was
especially
a break.
stimulus
It was
checks
a
and a bunch of stuff.
it was I looked at COVID as another opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It was just another opportunity to like re-image yourself. Once everybody comes back outside after the sickness, you know what I'm saying? What are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And I
I
feel like that
mean,
made a big difference.
yeah, I mean, the COVID year was kind of a challenging part, but at least you had an extra year to stick
Right,
around because that's the advantage of the COVID year was you had another extra year to stay.
right. And I was doing nothing but staying home and eating and working out. I gained probably like 30 pounds before I came back the next season, and I was able to run with that weight.
I mean, here was one thing I learned about the COVID year was if you're not going to go to any other gym, just have a gym at your own place and just do it that
Right, right. You better off doing prison workouts in the crib.
way. Yeah, pretty much. But that was the one lesson I've learned from. I had to stay away from everybody else. And like, during that COVID year before then, man, I was playing in the semi-pros for a little bit, and then injuries kind of derailed me from playing that position. But yeah, dude, COVID year was very challenging for everybody else, especially the team organized and all a bunch of stuff. There was limited games that you can play because of the COVID year. It was taking away the competition a bit. Like there was some teams that actually played only 4 or 5 games that year.
Yeah, I think that season, Wingate only played like 4 games.
Yeah,
They
that
cut
was the
like seasons in
lowest.
half. Yeah, and then nobody was able to compete for a championship or anything.
Not with 4 games or so, man. It was
Mhm.
just that kind of year. It was a little different, but like since you kind of like taken that extra year, what is it? What have you learned from taking the whole extra year after the COVID year?
It was just me. Well, and that mindset before COVID, I was more so like when I work out, I want to see the results quickly. COVID year made me realize like falling in love with the process of the work that you're doing when nobody's watching, rather than the results that you're getting. So that's what I really learned from COVID. It's like love the work that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like love what you're doing in the dark, because when the light's showing, you know what I'm saying, was in the dark is gonna come to the light. You know what I'm saying?
So like yeah, it's all about that work you put in, but what really led you to go to Winston Salem State eventually?
Um, well, Wingate was we were very run heavy offense. Like if you ask my offensive coordinator, Coach Long, he'll straight up tell you like we're 80% run. You know what I'm saying? And me being the receiver I was and knowing my potential and my ceiling, I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like this offense ain't gonna really show my full potential. You know what I'm saying? So I hit the transfer portal. I didn't have that many interests. I had a couple of D1 schools, but they didn't want to throw me the full bag. But yeah, Winston came around. They said they needed a playmaker. They said they needed a receiver. So my idea was like, oh, y'all gonna throw me the ball. You know what I'm saying? It was like, shoot, we're getting you in here on a full scholarship for a reason. So I took my chances, and that's just how it's been ever since.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the transfer portal if it benefits you the most. I mean, some
Right.
players think it's a good idea, but not all the time it works out for them.
I feel like the NIL deal kind of messed it up now too. Like the
For
NIL
some
stuff.
purposes, yeah.
Yeah, like it just messed it up a lot.
I mean, in any other like, so what was the offense that you guys played over there at Winston Salem State?
It was more so like like a run and shoot type of offense, a lot of RPOs. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I ran a lot of glances, and we took a lot of deep shots on second down. You know what I'm saying? So we really run and shoot, like a run and shoot type of offense. So we spread the ball around a little bit. But I was getting majority of the touches, like a lot of third downs. The ball was just coming my way.
They
I
better
just knew
give you
it.
the ball.
Yeah, I just knew it.
Yeah. I mean, you wanted to showcase the ability that you can be that guy. So I guess what you were running at Wingate, it was just a run heavy team. So it was hard for you to be the guy. So
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense why you were frustrated. But I mean, it is with the role. But
right, for sure.
I know when you, so So who did you model your game after?
I would probably say DeAndre Hopkins. A mix of DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams. I want to say D Hop because of my aggressive physicality and the way I run my routes and catch my passes. And I say Devontae Adams because of the way he can get off the line. Like I'm big and aggressive, but I also have quickness and nice releases to get away from the off the line of scrimmage. So that's what I say I probably model my game after.
Oh yeah, Devontae Adams seems like a perfect comp for you. The way you just said, he can run routes, separate, and he does a lot more. Hopkins is a really good, consistent receiver, so you're not like
Yeah.
going wrong with either choice. But I mean, when you look at it, man, like you can just look back at yourself and say, "Hey, I'm getting an opportunity to get to the NFL." When did you feel like, "Hey, this is the time for me to declare for the draft"?
I mean, really, if I had another year, I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? With all the notoriety I'm getting right now, if I had another year, I would have did it. But that's really on my real reason for leaving now is because I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could showcase my talents a little bit more, just to give myself a little bit more leverage. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I put in a lot of work. So
Yeah, I mean, you would have more experience and more season out of it, so that would give you more of an advantage for some other rookie receivers that come into the draft. So it's like,
right.
but I mean, so was there like any other teams you met with, or you haven't met with any other teams yet?
I mean, I met with a lot of teams. I met with almost everybody. Everybody's pretty much asking the same questions, just wanting to get to know me and everything. So,
So you had at least a plenty of good teams' interest, but I mean,
yeah, I was
just
flying. I was flying under the radar. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple teams come visit me before. I probably had 4 or 5 teams visit me before my senior season started. But after the Legacy Bowl, I really feel like I really put my name out there.
it had to be some way because if you got into that legacy bowl, they're gonna pay a little more attention to you, especially
Right,
because
right.
they're giving you that platform to show off. So
Yeah, it's like walk across the stage. It just all you gotta do is walk. Just walk. That's it.
I mean, just from looking at what you are, man, you're a pretty tall receiver. You got the good ability to separate, man. It's something that I look at and say, hey, this guy does kind of look like a DeAndre Hopkins in a way. But just you said you kind of model your game more into Devontae Adams, but
Yeah.
I mean, I just look at you and I say, this guy looks like an NBA player, like straight up, like on my line.
I'll average probably like 11 points right now in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, so, like, just from looking at what you were wearing a Deion Falcon Sanders. Was that a team you grew up like watching as a kid, or did you just like Deion Sanders?
Oh yeah, I mean, just a Deion Sanders fan and everything, but like, I just vaguely remember like Michael Vick playing for the Falcons and everything when I was little, and I'm watching him on kickoff return. He almost cribbed it. I'm just like, yo, that's the quarterback on kickoff return for the Falcons. So I got a lot of Falcons gear, but my favorite team ultimately is probably the Ravens.
Oh, the
Definitely the
Ravens.
Ravens. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But like for other teams, it would be a dream come true if you were to play for the Falcons or Ravens.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just like we drew it up since I was little. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want to play, I want to be in the Ravens or Falcons jerseys, but I mean, in reality, shoot,
You
I'll be
pick
a
whatever
cow.
you go where you
I'll go be a
go,
cow. Look, I'll go be a cowgirl. I'll go be a mini giant. I'll go be
or you go be a Rams.
shoot. I'll go be a Minnesota Viking. I could be an Alaska Husky. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
whatever gives you the opportunity, man. That's how we look at it, man. But like, yeah, you got to put your fandom aside and just put it out the window, man. That's just how it works, man.
Yeah,
You might have to go play for the Buccaneers for all I know.
yeah. Be a franchise tag for the Buccaneers. Just stick it
Nah,
out there.
but in all seriously, man, like, so what does RJ like to do outside of football, man?
I like to play video games. I feel like that definitely frees up my mind. I watch a lot of film. I read books. I really just recently got into reading on a heavier note. Like I used to read like little scriptures here and there, but like reading books, like actual books, I'm really just tapping into that. I feel like that give me a better headspace as a player. So yeah, I've just been adding reading into my bag. Everybody plays video games, but yeah, adding reading to my bag. working out. I just started a push-up challenge. I try to do every night. Just flip the deck of cards, try to get to 100.
Hey, it's something challenging for yourself. But so when you look at yourself as a player, what is something that you feel like you need to improve on the most?
Um, I would probably say just cleaning up routes. Like I got an ability to separate and everything, but at this point, I'm just trying to be a perfectionist. I want it to look like crisp to the point where if if the DB doesn't make a mistake, I still win. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be in the right position at all times throughout my route. So that and probably blocking. I feel like everybody can get better at blocking. Just knowing the run schemes and which if you should block in the near shoulder or the outside shoulder, just every run scheme. So yeah, those two things definitely.
So okay, so just from my understanding, it's like the blocking thing is something you want to work on the most.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're just the kind of guy that just wants the ball right now. But if you had to do the dirty work, I'm pretty sure you're willing to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like definitely, I definitely would do the dirty work. It's just that like we in our offense, it was more so like when you're blocking the DB and the runs going away for you, the DB just makes the whole loop around the sun. You know what I'm saying? You got to chase them all the way down to the other pylon, but it's way easier when we got a run coming to me and I got to crack the safety. I'm just going for a kill shot. That's what I love to do.
So okay, so this is going to be a pretty tricky question for you right here. So like,
Mhm.
just as a player on offense, what would you enjoy the most? Knocking out a DN to on the running game, like where you block them completely out of the game, or would you rather get the big time play where you're getting to the end zone? You get a free shot on the DN, bro, and you get a chance to knock him out
Yeah,
of that play.
yeah. If Coach dials up a DN crack, and I know I got the jump on him, I'm definitely going to enjoy that more. Definitely, because I can go catch a touchdown all day. I can go do that all day. But like that just add into the tape. You know what I'm saying? That's more stuff to talk about RJ. You know what I'm saying? So definitely blocking the DN.
So blocking that DN clean and just putting him out of that play, man.
Yeah,
That's got to be a good signature play, man. That's what I would
yeah,
say.
for sure. I want that. I want people to put that on my tape.
Yeah, just like a couple few receivers can do that to some DNs somehow. But is there a coach in your life that remembers most someone that you really respected and listened to everything they said?
My high school coach, Coach Draft. Um, he told me like if you don't block, you don't get the rock. So
That's
I
the
remember,
mentality.
yeah, like I remember that like the back of my hand, like yo, like that whole summer it was just strictly like yo, I gotta come in the season and just block, gotta block because if I don't block, I'm not getting the ball.
Yeah, that's how some teams are, but especially with Baltimore, you got to block
Oh yeah,
in
for
order to
sure.
get the rock. San Francisco, same thing. You got to block or else you're not
Mhm.
getting the ball. So
Block sets up the pass. So
it sets up the pass. But like you just said, I like this answer. The opportunity presents itself. If a DN just doesn't see you coming and you have the chance to take them down to the ground, you're not going to hesitate. Man, that's a good highlight, even though it wouldn't be
right,
talked about as much.
right, it's a rare clip.
It's a rare clip where he says, "Oh, he not only just makes big time plays, he can take out the DN out of the running play."
Right, it shows versatility.
Yeah, shows dependability. So, like,
Right. Hmm.
I mean, you ran pretty quick for your time. I think you ran like a 4.4 something.
Yeah, 4.42.
4.42. See, that's pretty damn good for a 6'3" guy. What is it like 210 or something?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, most receivers in the average height is at least 6'2" or over. So you're pretty much above the requirement. You just look more like an NBA player out there.
Yeah, it's the I won the eye test down there at the NFL HBCU combine. I was the winner for the eye test. So I'm only 6.9% body fat, under 10. So my physique definitely carries over.
It seems like you take care of yourself pretty well, and your performance at the Legacy Bowl kind of speaks for itself. I mean, there's just a lot of I'm pretty sure there's a lot of clips that their other teams are going to check out. But I mean, if you look at it this way, man, this is a chance for you to see what other teams do, and you can actually get ahead of their playbook a little bit
Hmm.
and get an understanding of what they do.
Yeah, watch tendencies and when they like to take shots, how they like to do it.
Yeah. It's too. I mean, I guess you got your own combine. The combine was the Legacy Bowl, and the HBC, like what they got over there. It's pretty kind of cool that they do this for the black colleges, like the ones that
Right,
don't get enough recognition,
right.
and it's a good way to build a great platform for them. You know, the ones that don't get enough attention, the small schools, like you get a lot of those guys. I've been interviewing those college athletes from that college for a while, and I like their stories. I like where they come from, and I'm pretty sure you come from a very good situation, man. Like you had to get your opportunity to be where you're at.
Right, yeah, definitely, definitely. Now, the biggest thing about it was I was just grateful for the opportunity that they televised it the way they did, and I'm getting calls and texts now like, shoot, you should be at the official one right now. Like, the performances that us guys put up there, and the elevation of what it was from the previous years before, we should definitely get invited to the official combine. We definitely put us in
Yeah,
better
you should.
compared to other guys.
They see the thing with the scouts are they miss out on some small colleges, and that's not a knock on you guys. It's just they overlook you guys for no reason. I don't understand that part. It's
And I'm
just
gonna, I'm gonna be honest, our smaller school guys are hungrier than those bigger school guys. You know what I'm saying? Like those guys get paid to do what they do. We're doing this for free. You know what I'm saying?
but you're putting your heart out there. That's what I
Right.
love about it.
It's real love for the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and watching the Legacy Bowl, you kind of have an understanding that these are just guys that are just hungry for opportunities, man.
Right. Yeah. Everybody comes with the same type of determination. Every time you talk to somebody, they couldn't wait to practice. They wasn't even worried about the events outside of football. They just wanted to get on the field.
Yeah, the ones I mostly enjoy interviewing the most are the ones that come from the HBCU. They just have a really good, touching story, and they actually come very. There's even one dude that came from this type of a bowl, and he told me it was just one of the best experiences he's ever had.
Yeah.
He had to go through some stuff, but he got his opportunity. But I think he's only been on a couple of teams lately, but still,
Yeah. I
he was a
told
good
I
guy.
told a couple people that the Legacy Bowl was definitely my favorite football trip ever.
Yeah, you build yourself. Like, look at Steve McNair came from Alcorn State, and he came from something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people keep forgetting about that part. Like,
Jerry Rice, the greatest, the GOAT.
yes,
The GOAT came from an HBCU, like
yeah, Mississippi Valley
Mississippi Valley
State, man,
State.
come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I mean,
Man, look. So what's crazy was 2022 when I won offensive MVP for the Black College Hall of Fame game. I got to take a picture in the Hall of Fame locker room with the Jerry Rice
ooh.
thing. Like it was tough. It was tough.
It had to be an honor to at least be in the competition the way that Jerry Rice played it. I mean, nobody didn't know who he was. They're saying, why would somebody draft this kid from this college?
Bro, he's the greatest ever. Like the greatest.
So if you had to put into your receiver race, so would Rice be your number one? Because I know certain players in today's NFL, they wouldn't even put Rice out there.
Man, look, I got Rice, Randy Moss. I definitely want to go Calvin Johnson for sure. Just we never seen anybody put two DBs on a receiver at the goal line, and he still goes up and catches
Never.
the ball.
But we're talking about a 6'5" wide receiver that did it in double or triple coverage, man. That's
Yeah,
just
like
unheard of.
yeah. As long as you put the ball around him, he's always open.
I mean, there's a lot of good ones, man. But I mean, that's what's so good about following those footsteps of certain legends. Like I think Donald Driver came from that type of program also. He was another good receiver from that college. Man, I'm starting to get to know a lot of these guys.
Shannon Sharp came from
Yeah, Sharp, Savannah State. Let's see. There was another guy. There was a couple of dudes that played from the during like the 70s or 60s or 70s, but they came from a black college like Southern University and some other colleges.
Doug Williams.
Yeah, Doug Williams came from Grambling State, but yes.
Grambling.
Grambling State was another college that he came from. I mean, there was quite a few good ones that nobody talks about, but yeah, dude, that's so good about the history. Like it doesn't get enough recognition for whatever reason, but it's getting back on the spotlight a little more, so that's good.
Right, I definitely think it's thanks to Deion Sanders though, for sure.
He's been pushing it. Like I think for Deion Sanders to put this on the map, and even though He left to go to Colorado, but he did give you guys the platform to be on the map now.
Right, yeah. Now they got to keep an eye out for us, and they can't leave us alone now. Jackson State pulled up pretty deep to the Legacy Bowl too. They had a lot of cameras out there.
They got a lot of talent because of Dion over there at one point. But yes, I mean, you
Mhm.
look at the rest of the guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys got some good talented guys too. So it's like,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there was a lot of good ones. Like I believe Michael Stram came from Southern Texas.
Right, yeah.
That dude came
Texas
from
Southern. Mm-hmm.
that dude was something else. But yeah, that's mostly where a lot of them have come from. But yeah, the smaller colleges usually don't get talked about because nobody goes out there. But now that they're just getting more of that platform, they are actually taking more extra time to check it out. So it's like sometimes you don't want to miss on talent. So maybe
Right.
them checking out what you did at that Legacy Bowl, they're probably going to check more of your film and say, hey, this guy looks like the part.
Yeah, for sure. I hope I get a phone call on draft day. I just hope so.
Oh, let me ask you something, man. Why should 32 teams draft you, man?
One, because I'm coachable. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to learn. I'm a football player. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just a receiver. If you need me to go play punt teams, special teams, you need me to be a edge block guy on field goal, just to take up space, I'll do it. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win. Also, I'm a hard worker. Every time we practice, I'm working hard. Every time we're working out, I'm working hard. I want to be the best possible. I want to learn from guys that I idolized growing up. You know what I'm saying? Just being in that type of realm, knowing that this is my job and I've been doing this as a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing more I can ask for. All I had to do was work hard.
Yeah.
There's nothing more I can ask for.
Hard work pays off when you put it out there. So, like for any other team, man, hey, it doesn't matter where you come from as long as you get the opportunity. Like a lot of these, like, okay, just from your experience, for people who are going to be future NFL prospects, why should they take smaller colleges, in your opinion?
Because of that, like I said, small college guys got that dog in them. They got that hunger in them. You know what I'm saying? So when you're at a D1 school, you get used to being in the limelight. You get used to having cameras on you. You get used to getting paid to do certain stuff. When you got guys that do it for free, and now you're getting an opportunity to get paid, you're gonna get more out of them. They can elevate their life. They can change their life. Those guys at them bigger D1 schools, they can change their life just becoming a freshman. We've
Oh
been here
yeah,
for we've been here for 3 or 4 years and get paid a lick of dollar and doing it because we love the game.
the passion, yes.
Yeah,
Like you don't have to go to a big time program. Like let's say if you had to choose between being a backup for quite a while for a big time program, I would rather just go to a smaller school that needs a starter so I can build
right,
myself up.
right. And like I said, I had those walk-on opportunities where I could have just paid money to be in the locker room with all those other big name guys. But I was like, man, I want to go somewhere I can touch the rock. I want to go somewhere I can showcase my talent. I don't want to be the guy. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
want to be the guy, and that's okay because you took that opportunity at Winston Salem State, man. You took every opportunity they gave you, so you were the guy.
exactly.
So just from looking at you, man, I got a gut feeling just by looking at you. I think I'm not guessing, man, but I think San Francisco might have took an eye on you just because of what you said. You take blocking into something consideration, something that you would take pride in.
Sorry, I was getting a phone
No,
call. It's all good.
it's all good, man. Nah, but I'm guessing like one of those teams was San Francisco that part checked you out, right?
Yeah. I had a scout. I had a scout from San Francisco come talk to me. He said he already had me on file and everything, but he definitely came after I ran the 4.42. He came and checked in on me to make sure he had everything, all the information about me correct. So I talked to him for sure.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing one of those scouts took some consideration into the Legacy Bowl because you got to go deeper and all that stuff.
Right. This is before the Legacy Bowl.
Oh, before.
This is the combine, like literally the weekend before.
Oh, so it was like one of those little combines for the HBCU, right?
Right. That what they had at the Saints facility.
So that was so San Francisco was one of those teams before your bowl game, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna have to keep a close lookout, man, because if I see you come in there, man, I might have to get you back on for the faithful.
Oh
But
yeah. Shoot, I need the faithful on my side.
I mean, I'm just sure. I'm pretty sure they're getting a good eye on everybody else. I mean, even if you were to play for the Cowboys, it would
Yeah.
still be an honor just to get you on for one last time.
I do whatever, man.
Yeah, dude. But just because, dude, just because you come from a big school for everybody else, it doesn't mean you're gonna be everything. Like sometimes the smaller schools, like you just said, they're hungry. They're not even getting paid for this. They are scratching and clawing to be
Right,
where they're at.
exactly.
Like they're playing for dollars or changes, man. They're scratching
Yeah,
and clawing for that, man. They're hungry for opportunities.
exactly. When I entered the transfer portal, you didn't hear nothing about no money. They were just talking about full scholarship and no scholarship. These guys getting full scholarship and money plus on top of that. You know what I'm saying? And there's
So
no knock to them. Shoot, they're doing their thing. Shoot, I'm pretty sure every kid's dream is to go D1 and get an NIL deal. But I feel like the dogs are definitely in the D2 schools.
oh yeah. Oh, have you watched IU's tape on the 49ers before?
Oh, definitely. I definitely watch IU tape. Shoot, I try to take some of his game. His catching ability, his focus on catching is crazy. Like even those double take balls, we have to recatch the certain balls. He's a great athlete for sure.
Yeah, he's not too far off from Adams as far as talent wise. Like
Oh
he's
nah. I feel like he's more of a streaky runner than Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams more like a pity pat, like a rhythmic runner. I feel like Brandon Ayuk's a more streaky runner. He's more like an after the catch type of guy.
yeah. So like let's say like I've seen some random questions before. Like let's say if you had a chance to have two celebrities from past or presence to be on your table, man, who would you want to have on your table? Like just two celebrity guys, like athletes or whatever.
Just to sit at my table and have dinner with me.
Yeah.
Dude, I would probably say LeBron James for sure. It
Okay.
gotta be LeBron. Like that's one guy you look at and he made no mistakes. It's like he just played ball. He didn't complain about nothing. He did what he had to do. He had a legacy. He's a legacy story. It's a legend story. Like he's
Yeah,
still living.
comes a long ways too. Like
Right.
I think he wasn't even a college prospect. He just came in straight out of high school.
Right. Like I just want to be able to sit down and have dinner with a type of guy like that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good one right there.
Second person, it would probably have to be like
Ooh, what? Oh, I can't hear you. Your voice. You're muted. Muted. Hold up. Hold up a second. You're muted. Yeah, I can't hear you. Yeah, he's muted. He'll come right back. Guess he got like a phone call or something. Let's see, man. Hey, he's an intriguing one. He stood out during the Legacy Ball. These are the sleepers, man. I'm telling you, these are the sleepers. The ones from the HBCU are the ones you definitely want to take flyers on. Those are the guys that would probably be good for any team's roster, especially the ones that come from very small college. They're hungry. Oh yeah, you said okay. You said LeBron James, and then you didn't. You said you were going to say somebody else.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, the guy
Yeah.
with the biggest, the one that kind of got. Oh, so you would want him?
Yeah, I just want to know like the shortcuts. I know he knows shortcuts and like loopholes in the system. I
All
just
the
want to know.
followers. Okay.
I just want to pick up some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Not to like
Oh,
loophole the system, but like you know what I'm saying. Why is it so hard for some people to do this and they don't have to do all that? You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, he might give you some tips on how to get this much on financial stuff and all that. So that
Right,
wouldn't be a
right.
bad. That's a unique one. I never thought you would say something like that. I mean,
Financial. I want financial freedom. You know what I'm
okay, Eli Musk, interesting option. Didn't think of it that way. I mean, but
saying?
that's kind of a brilliant mindset because he is a financial dude. He's got a lot of money and he's a business guy. So
Right.
I mean, just from outside of perspective, man, like what I just saw. I'm not too into political, but I seen the sneakers from Trump, man. What do you think of those shoes?
I haven't even seen them, bro. I don't even
None
know.
of these
What it feels like.
presidents are trying to sell, bro. These guys are trying to sell in for the voters, bro. I'm just like laughing, bro. Hey, they're trying
They're doing whatever Trump is doing, whatever it takes to
to
get
get
their
back to the
army.
voters, bro.
Yo, and that's what I want to learn from Elon Musk, because how do you take a guy like that, has all these indictments on his name, and still able to keep
Exactly.
running for president? It's something he knows that we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, there's something we're not aware of, but there is this one prospect that actually doesn't believe in the planet, but I guess he believes the Earth is flat. Do you think the Earth is flat?
Uh, I don't. I'm still navigating my way of belief in the solar system, so I don't believe everything that they're telling us or what we learn in science class is what it is. Because I see videos of them doing the little 3D videos
The
of people
rounds and in the sun.
floating around in space, but they're really underwater. It's like 3D printing screens in the background and stuff. I'm like, yo, you can't really fool. Like, come on now. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know what to believe about space. That made me. I think it's water up there. Honestly, I don't think it's space. I feel like it's water is like another reflection of another world. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's
could
why
be.
water evaporates and it comes back down as rain. I feel like it's just getting attracted to more water to get thrown back down on Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's interesting, dude. Like, just from all perspective, dude, it's like I'm pretty sure you're the kind of guy that just knows what you're talking about, bro, especially financial and then the different beliefs and stuff, man. Like, dude, that just,
Yeah.
as far as like, I don't really believe in the earth is flat. I don't know why. I just don't. Like, I just don't get the point of it. But I guess that maybe, like you said, the water stuff kind of makes it tricky.
Yeah, I don't, and we don't know what's behind Antarctica either. There's no map of Antarctica, but they say Antarctica is there, and they can tell us how big it is. That doesn't
Yeah,
make sense
it
to me.
could be that too. But since your journey's gonna be a pretty fun one, man, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be worth the wait, man. But for all those teams, man, you should tell them why they should take you, bro. Like draft you.
Man, look, like I said, you're getting a small school dog. I'm not worried about no pressure. I'm coming in. I'm coming in with all type of energy, hard work. I'm a locker room guy. I'm versatile. I can play any position of wide receiver. I can play cornerback. I can play safety. I can play
Versatile.
outside linebacker. I can play punt returner, kick returner. I can play gunner on punt, kick. I'm just another guy that's just excited to play football. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay,
just
a hungry football player that's willing to learn everything. I mean, very intriguing. So, for all those other teams, man, gotta go check out RJ Mobley, man. Legacy Bowl. Hey, if you're talking about speed, this guy's got speed. If you're talking about size, this guy is a tall wide receiver, man. You're not gonna miss this guy. He's not even below here. He's a little bit more higher than some of the competition.
a lot higher.
I mean, this guy comes from Winston Salem State, not a big time school, but hey, if anybody's familiar with that college, it comes from Stephen A. Smith.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. But hey, man, wish you the best of luck, bro. And it was a lot of fun, bro. I know you probably got some more stuff to do, and this was a great interview by far, man.
I appreciate you, CG. Appreciate you for the opportunity to be on here and speak in front of all your people. It was a great opportunity.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. I appreciate your time and the time you put into it, and I wish you the best of luck. And I'm definitely rooting for you, whether you play for the Rams or the Cowboys or whatever team, bro.
Yes,
Whatever team
sir.
you do, I'm gonna just say this: whoever gets RJ Mobley, they're getting a dog, a small school dog that's hungry for success.
Exactly. Exactly. A real dog.
The real dog. And thank you guys for tuning in, and you guys have a great day.
All right, CG.